All right. Let's see here. I think we are live, guys. So, hey, welcome everybody to the Pulmonaut Collective. Again, the four Pulmonauts in the Pulmonaut Collective. We are all here. We've been wanting to do this for a little while, and so we thought, let's get to it. And as is our way, I think it was just one of those like, oh, wait a minute, I think we can do it tonight.
We can.
No, it was not like, well, let's see. We've scheduled this for 4 months now, and I guess it's time for the next. No, it's like, hey, we haven't done one of these in a while, and then it's like, let's see, you guys, what's a good night? I don't know, man. So anyway,
4 hours ago.
guys.
Oh yeah, it's not today. It's tomorrow. That thing that I had. Oh, we can.
Actually, next week was the real. I was a week off with this very big retreat that I'm leading. So
As you can tell, we're all stressed out, and we don't know what's going on either.
There's a little bit of stress, that everybody feels, and of course, I just came back from the West Coast. It's so crazy. So I got to see. Let's see. I don't know. I think everybody is going to see Chris, I guess, to my left.
Right over here.
Yeah, I got to see Chris on both coasts. And
cool.
Yeah, so whenever we were at the Convergence, Rob, of course, we got to meet Chris. That was whenever I got to meet Chris for the first time. We got to meet Chris and Frank. And then
Frank,
who was here 30 seconds ago. He says hi, everybody.
Hey, Frank. So, but yeah, and then I got to see him on the other coast. And in both places, he played beautiful music. So we were on a mountaintop, in North Carolina, watching a sunset, and he was playing music, just absolutely gorgeous. And then just this past Sunday, we were on a beautiful beach in Oregon, and he's playing music, absolutely beautiful, beautiful stuff. And we were doing a Wim Hof method workshop out there, and he was assisting. And so
you were there with Matt Soul, right?
Yeah. Matt, from class number 1, 2016. And it was nice getting to see Matt again, and that's one of those things where you guys on the West Coast, it's hard sometimes to come out and see you. And Chuck, you're next on the list.
Hey,
really,
all right.
I mean, it's got to happen soon, just because, and I hadn't seen Matt since you and I were out with Matt in, let's see, where was it? In California? Where was it in California? San Jose.
Yes.
For the Wim Hof Method experience. And so it was good to get to reconnect with him. And we had a really awesome group and just a great spot on the beach to do breath work. And so, yeah, it was fantastic. So, hey, I just want to say hi to everybody in the comments. We're going to be talking about breath work, of course. This is Pulmonaut Collective. In just a little bit, we'll get into some breath work. We'll be doing some guided breath work.
Yep.
If you have questions for us, anything you want to comment or just share with the tribe, it's a big, beautiful tribe here online. How's it go? Good to see Hickory Socks, 3D Sculptures, B. Haggerty, Eric Lindquist, and fellow Wim Hof Method instructor, Marie Bodine. So it's good to see you too, up in the great Canadian, the great Canadian North.
Northeast. I think she's in Toronto.
That's true. Well, I guess almost directly north of me. I guess it is a little northeast of me. I don't know maps.
I went to school in America. I don't know maps.
I just read good and do some ratting. Anyway, guys, hang out with us tonight. We're going to have just a little bit of discussion, Q&A, just hanging out for a bit. And then we're going to get into some guided breath work. And all four of us are going to take a turn tickling your pulmonary and your autonomic nervous system. So, but anyway, guys, it's always a treat to do Pulmonaut Collective. And since I saw you most recently, Chris, it's almost kind of funny for me to say, hey, what have you been up to lately? But nonetheless, what have you been up to lately?
Yeah. Well, I mean, just like we were talking about a little bit ago down in Newport, Oregon with you and Matt Soul, doing we had like 17 people down there. It was playing music. We were on the beach. It was sunny. We had ice baths with seawater, which so it was even colder than 32 degrees. We got
Yes.
a chance to sit on the beach with gongs and handpans and Jesse leading the breath work. We did 5 deep rounds of Wim Hof, which was incredible. My dad was there, which was awesome, and two of
Always
my other
great to
really
see
good
him.
friends. And just really, really cool to be experiencing that. I love that we're able to do things in person, carefully, however it is that we do it, and especially when we get to be outside. So that's been phenomenal. I recently changed the Wednesday breathwork session that I lead Essential Breathworks from 6:30 a.m. to 7:30 a.m.
Good
PST.
change. It's a good
So
Nothing
change.
wrong with that.
anybody else that wants to join in, free breath work. Chuck has his each week, twice a week, and then mine is at 7:30. So it should be a little bit easier for people to get on. And besides that, man, just reading a lot, diving into how to get the best sleep possible,
Oh yeah.
doing in my own practice. When I go to an event like that, it completely reinvigorates me in my personal practice too. Because even as breathwork instructors, we go through phases as well where we're practicing all the time. And then we go through a phase where we're definitely not practicing all the time. And then we realize we're not practicing all the time because we feel like crap. And we're like,
Yeah.
how do I get
Yep.
back to that top
Yep.
line again? So yeah, it's been wonderful. Finally working on my website. So that'll be great. It'll be coming out eventually. And
Sweet.
yeah, looking forward to collaborating more with all you all.
That's awesome. Well, hey, thanks for sharing. Chuck,
Hello.
tell me about it. What's happening with you?
Lots of good news. One of them I can't really talk about until the event's published, but it should be September 2022. They're booking it a year in
So
advance, and
Everyone
How
should
much
have
does it
enough
cost is
time.
the question.
I don't know.
Take
It's
my
going to
money.
be an expensive one.
Take
I'm
my
sure-
money.
I'm like, I want to be there. Dude, we should
the
do Pulmonauts all day. That'd be fun.
the
Show up.
one I'm doing January 27th to January 30th of 2022 is a Lake Tahoe retreat. We were able to secure a mansion, and
Nice.
so I'm working with Ken O'Shea, who's an amazing Wim Hof method instructor. He's studying to be a doctor of osteopathy, so he is just killer to have. It's both of us together, and it's 2,000 for a room to share, or 2,500 to not. But we've got a private cook, and it's 3 nights. Yeah, 3 nights, not 2. So,
That's
but
cool.
yeah. That's what we're doing, and then Sunday, Monday, free breath work and working at the pain clinic. Just enjoying my life and realizing a lot of my clients are really, really stressed right now.
Yeah. Right now. Yeah.
I mean, more stressed than they have been, or just as stressed as they were at the height of the pandemic back in July. They were really freaking out. I've got a lot of people really stressed out. So the energizing breath work, I think, is going to be great tonight. I think a lot of people are going to benefit from that. So other than that, I've just been, my son turned 10 yesterday. My other son will turn 1
Oh my God.
in a month.
Love
So September is after August.
So far.
I get this wrong sometimes too.
Yeah.
For the time being.
Well, yeah, months are tricksy. They'll move on you if you're not careful.
How about you, Rob? What you up to?
Ooh, so much going on. A lot of movement here at Mandala Springs. A lot of things growing and changing for the better. Improving spaces, getting things dialed, working on Mandala chocolate, always tweaking and fine tuning and alchemizing in there, having fun with that. And just released a new breathwork video on my YouTube like an hour ago.
Oh, wow.
Featuring this big rusty tank that I found off the parkway, like off the side of the road, that I determined was an excellent drum. So it's me giving breathwork, and I actually had 20 people in a class when I was recording myself teach the breathwork. So that was an interesting change from what I normally do. And it was a lot of fun. So, creating more material. I'm 6 days on a liquid fast right now.
Ooh.
So I'm 6 days in on that and I feel great. And just did a bunch of acro yoga. So like literally right before getting on this call. And
That's my
yeah,
favorite type of yoga.
Oh, it's the best. So
I'm
good.
usually the base for some reason. It's bullshit, but
one of my favorite jobs in life as a long-term acro yoga teacher, been teaching it forever. Used to travel and teach full time, but my favorite thing to do was to be the base for bases. So I would be the one to put you in the air and take you through everything that you want to do as a flyer, or give you that opportunity to fly for a little bit. But yeah, it's nice. There's been a space up until a few months ago in my acro yoga practice, the longest space I've had since I started back in 2009. So I'm really grateful. There's been just a big uptick, lots of energy there. We're hosting a jam here at the land, and that's been really nourishing. And yeah, I'm just really stoked. A lot of things are happening right now. Definitely also aware of the heightened level of stress and anxiety that the world is experiencing right now. And Chuck, you said that you feel like it's equal to where we were previously, but I think that it's actually significantly worse because of what happens to people over time habitually.
yeah.
The more stress that is experienced, especially when there are waves of calm in between, the amount, the readiness of the nervous system to immediately just snap into that stressed out state and to really like go full tilt with it. In fact, it's like the mind, the body, the emotions, everything is entrained to a stress response. So the culpability, like the susceptibility to more irrational and more physiologically destructive response to stress is heightened with each and every return of that peak. So with every peak and valley in that wave, each peak, without real discipline and practice and the kinds of things that we practice and share with people, is the opportunity for that stress to be significantly exacerbated.
I've got a question for everybody. Okay. Jesse, you too. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. What is your best advice to people who are super stressed? Whatever it's breathwork, animal movement. I love acro yoga, especially if I get to fly. That's cool. 2 minutes to help people relax. What's your 2 minute shtick on like, oh, you're feeling stressed?
Who wants to go first?
You, Mr. Coomer.
All right. So definitely, I mean, obviously it's Pulmonaut Collective, definitely breathwork. But I would also say there are some things to avoid. So really avoiding, I know we want to drink alcohol, or we'll want to over caffeinate, or we'll have, a lot of those things. You have trouble sleeping, so you feel the need to caffeinate. It puts us in these cycles oftentimes. So don't use those things as stress relief. Those are not going to help you. That they're going to create a cycle that will actually ultimately make you more stressed. That's my 2 minute spiel.
That's your 2 minutes. Killer.
Perfect. I guess I'll go next. Yeah, I mean, on top of what Jesse's saying, don't distract yourself from how you feel. Get right into it. The best way that I like to do that is to just stop everything and take a normal breath in, let it go right out to neutral, and then just sit there at the bottom of your breath. If you've been super stressed out, most likely you're going to be able to hold it for a little while and just wait there at the bottom of your breath, not fully out, and don't go like blowing it out. That's going to stress you out more. Just out to neutral and sit there and rest and wait until you physically feel the need to breathe. Not a mental chatter of, oh, I think I need to breathe now. I think I need to breathe now. Let that go. Let it pass. Let it chat at you and just don't listen to it. and sit there and wait until you need to take a breath in. Then take just a nice slow, when we say take a deep breath, it doesn't mean take like a, like don't stress yourself out more. When we say take a deep breath, it means take a deep, full, slow, relaxed breath in, like from that neutral place, and just follow that breath in. Doesn't have to make noise. And then just let it go. And let your shoulders go and just like collapse yourself for a second. Just sit there and let yourself be.
Yeah.
That's my shtick on that. Take a couple breaths, just stop.
Rob is balancing on a slack line, sitting cross-legged. That's just badass, in my opinion.
That is not easy.
in my quick 2-minute spiel is face it. Don't turn away. So many people, I've heard so many people tell me I have to force myself to relax.
Mm-hmm.
That's not possible. You cannot force yourself to relax.
Yeah,
that's those are two contradictory. But if anyone out there has figured out how to force yourself to relax, please get in touch with us. We will make billions. Billions. Because if you could force relaxation on people, there are countries out there that need to just chill out. So let's figure that out.
True.
But face it. First, admit, like, how am I feeling? Be honest with yourself. You stressed out, you upset, you angry. Look at the reason why. Are you over caffeinating? Are you not sleeping well? Are you using these things as a crutch to pull yourself through it? Face it, accept it. Don't worry about the why right now. Why am I this way? Who cares? You are now. Worry about where you'd like to be, how you'd like to feel. Take those breaths and attain that state. And if you can, go outside and take a walk. That's my favorite thing, is just take a walk.
That's a good one.
Just move. And if you're upset, be upset while you walk. Walk it out. Walk it off, man. Just walk it off. That's my 2 minutes.
I love it.
Well, my one of my biggest pieces of advice stacked with these guys, obviously, we're the Pulmonaut Collective. So if you're here listening, you're probably up to some breath work, or at least interested in it as a fundamental piece. But ultimately, a lot of times, because stress and anxiety, and no matter what the mind's telling you and what the emotional state is saying, if you can get the physiological response to shift, you'll notice that the emotion shifts. You'll notice that the mentality shifts. And honestly, you'll notice over time that your response to the stressors of the world will shift. Things that seemed like dire and implacable conundrums and realities, once we reach a place of physiological calmness and parasympathetic, when we try to look at those same things that were so dire just a moment ago, they don't seem nearly as big. And getting to a point where we realize just how much our sense of reality is tied to that physiological state. So for me, one of the things that I'll do if I notice myself in a stressed out place, besides doing some breath work, is I will get my body into a place of recalibration. And obviously not everyone's got a slackline sitting on their porch, but what I'm doing right now is if I feel like I'm stressed out, or I just had a really stressful conversation, I'm dealing with, I'm running 3 businesses and I've got a whole community of people and their emotions and problems, and everybody needs me for this or that. It's crazy at times. Sitting my butt down on this thing and just feeling that the little subtle shifts that allow me to find a state of relative stillness. And here's the thing, it's stillness on a slack line, like stillness in life, is always in a state of moving. We're on a globe, a ball, or if you roll that way, flat thing, I don't know. Careening through space at like 1,000,000 miles an hour while simultaneously rotating around a big blazing ball of plasma. And the whole thing is moving and changing at all times. So a calm and relaxed state now is different than a calm and relaxed state now. Is different than a calm and relaxed state now.
Yeah.
In any given moment. So it's always going to be like, I find the slack line here, I'm trying to be as still as possible. And I'm having to do little minor calibrations. the whole system is always in movement, but I'm approaching stillness. And in that way, if you don't have a slack line, there's plenty of other things that you can do that can get you there. Like just holding a yoga pose, maybe not on a slack line, but just holding a yoga pose and just feeling into your body, feeling into the balance, maybe even leaning one way, leaning the other way, and feeling the ways that your body adjusts itself to maintain balance. Start to get into that subtleness, like that subtle awareness of how all of the muscles and bones and tissues in our bodies all work together to collaborate and create this relative state of balance. And, you know, if you don't have a slack line, just standing on one foot and holding your leg up can be that opportunity. Like it could actually be the way that you get there. Oh, there we go. So anyways, slack lines, and yeah, literally standing on one foot and hanging out for a moment and just being aware. And you don't have to be good at it, but just paying attention to the way that the body wants to move around or react to find a state of balance. To me, is one of the most important ways to start communicating with the body. Say, hey, balance, slow down, little minor calibrations, relax. And that combined with breath work for me is one of the most important tools I have to calm down my nervous system and stay relaxed, even in a otherwise what would appear to be a very high stress lifestyle. Doing a lot and making a lot happen. And so even, you know, and also the state of the world, the way it is right now. So I went a little over 2 minutes there, but
but not one of you said just suppress it, push it down, and ignore it. I mean, come on, that's what about that?
Stuff it down. Just stuff it down. Don't acknowledge it. You know, and that's one of those things. One of the biggest reasons why, of course, anxiety as a whole, right? So I write about this in my book, that we have this dopamine feedback loop that happens when we just don't know what's going to happen in the future, right? And of course, we never genuinely know what's going to happen in the future. But I think that's one of the sources of anxiety right now is, hey, you know, it's very difficult to plan. It used to be something where it's like, I know what I'm going to be able to do. Oh, it's next month or next year. I know what that's going to look like because, you know, well, it's always typically this way. And so one of the things I think we all can agree on is that that one great thing for stress and anxiety is breath work.
Always.
So guys, I would like to invite everyone here to find a nice, comfortable place because we're going to get into it. We're going to start this breath work, but we can't do that without our maestro, who is
he's vanished.
He just ran away. He's like, nope, I'm out.
It's too hot.
Oh yeah. You know what? It's a pretty warm day everywhere today. So
I have to turn off my air conditioning so that I can play music for you all. So it's like ratcheting up the heat right now.
See, now he's the guy really making the sacrifice. Yeah, he's doing it. So anyway, guys, we're going to go ahead and get started with a breathwork session. So
Jesse, can I say one thing?
Please.
One thing that we all forgot in that 2-minute spiel.
Yeah.
Go take a cold shower.
Oh.
Seriously, it's like the single most effective thing. Go, like, if you're stressed out, if you want to go do that, just go, like, turn on the cold water, go put your foot in there, then put your leg in there, then put your torso in there, or just go full on whatever you want to do, but just meet that with a calm breath and practice that. That'll reset you. Also, I mean, come on, we do Wim Hof. That's like,
that's
in
true.
4, out 6, breathe through your nose. Keep that calm breath in that stressful situation. And then, as Rob said, things pop up and like, I don't care. But what's really funny about what you said, Jesse, is people thought they knew it was going to happen next month, but that's all bull. We never did. We never did. We just tricked ourselves into thinking if we keep doing this routine, it will. But having that mirror shown to our face that we never knew is scary for some people. I enjoy not knowing. but some people are like, that's scary. I need a path. Okay, that way.
Well, what's interesting is spending ample time responding to stress through through practices that relax you, make you over time more able to be excited about the unknown, able to not only adapt to the unknown, but to relish in the idea that you don't
thrive.
Yeah.
And speaking of unknown, let's do some unknown breath work like you want,
Let's do
Jesse.
some unknown breath work. Let's do
Because
it.
I have no idea what these three guys are going to do or what order we're going to be.
It just seems to be our way.
And I hope that the music will work, because I'm not going to share music audio. I think it will work.
Play something. Play us a few bars.
Yeah, actually, if somebody else comments on the commenter thingy majigger over there, because
Yes.
otherwise it might be cutting in and out.
Okay.
Oh, I love you guys.
Yes, that is. I can hear it.
Good. It sounds great from my end right now.
Sounds good over here too.
I dig it, man.
So let's dig in. All right. So I'll start us off. So go ahead and find a nice, comfortable seated position or lying down. But as I recall, you might want to be in a place where you can stand up to it. We'll see. But be comfortable. Be comfortable. For right now, close your eyes. Relax your shoulders, your eyebrows, your arms, your chest, your abdomen, your thighs, your calves, and your feet. Feel the gentle pull of gravity. Just take a moment to be aware of that. Become aware of your breathing now. No need to make any major changes. Just observe what's happening. Just be aware. And now all together, we're going to take a nice deep breath in, all the way in. We're going to hold. Smile. And let it go nice and slow. Deep breath in, all the way in. Hold. Smile. And let it go. Deep breath in, all the way in. Hold. With a smile. And let it go. And just as you release that breath, allow your whole body to just become jelly. Just really, really let yourself relax. Deep breath in, all the way in. Hold. Smile. And on this exhale, we are just going to let our whole body relax. Use it as an opportunity. Let it go. Just get us started with a little box breathing. Here we go. In, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. In. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. In. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. In. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Deep breath in. Let it go with a sound. And hold on a neutral lung. Deep breath in, all the way in. Let it go with a sound. Hold on a neutral lung. Deep breath in, all the way in. Let it go nice and slow with the sound. Hold on a neutral lung. I'm going to do one more of these and then I'll hand it off to my friend. Deep breath in, all the way in. Relax it out with the sound. I think, Rob, you were going to go next. Is that right?
Sure. Happy to. So
Take it
everything that we're doing here, you can do from a sitting position. You can do from a kneeling position, or if you want to, you can stand if you're standing. Pay attention to your blood, so you're not, make sure you're somewhere safe. So if you are, you don't pass out and fall and hurt yourself. So stand at your own risk. So here we go. We're going to start with a little bit of chest Vastrika. So we're going to lift our arms like this on an inhale and and then sharp exhale down. So extending the hands and then clasping the fist. And it's going to be all through the nose. So here we go, Vastrika. This is considered yogi coffee. It's a great way to energize yourself. If you want to reduce caffeine intake, do some Vastrika. Speed it up a little bit. And a couple slow ones. Now do one as slow as you can. Inhaling all the way in. Extending all the way up. And letting that air just fall out. Exhale as you slowly bring your arms down. Make that fist come to relax. Nice slow inhale in. All the way in. And exhale, make some noise, make it slow. Now we're gonna do belly Vastrika. And this is also gonna be an inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose. Very similar to breath of fire, but we're going to push the inhale and the exhale. And I actually like to put my arms on my belly, but it's basically the same as the last one. We're just keeping the chest still and we're pumping the belly in and out. So here we go. Speed it up a little bit. Keep it going. And nice big inhale. All the way in. Exhale nice and slow. Make some noise. Nice big inhale all the way in. All the way up, nice and slow. And even slower. Relax on the exhale. Make some noise. All right. And so now, just to stay with it just a little longer, we're going to do some breath of fire with this nice little mudra right here. And I'm going to bring my arms up. I'm going to roll my shoulders up and then roll them back so that they're nice and relaxed, but my arms are strong and up. And breath of fire, sharp exhales through the nose, pumping the belly, letting the inhale happen naturally. Here we go. Maybe smile. Keep those victory arms up. You've won. You're here. You're doing it. Keep it going. A little more. Keep it going. Nice big deep inhale all the way in. Slow exhale. Make some noise. Nice slow deep inhale in. Even slower exhale. Make some noise. And I'm going to give it over to Mr. Chuck.
So my favorite thing is how dynamic breathwork can be. As such, I'd like to do box breathing again, but I'd like you to set the intention of energizing your entire body. So instead of embracing that relaxation, it's the same in 4, hold 4, out 4, hold 4. But I'd really like to just bring it in, bring the energy in, hold in that space and feel it start to compound. So here we go, everybody. In 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4. And with all of that, bring it in. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Embrace this energy. Out. 2, 3, 4. And hold. 2, 3, 4. Fully in, intensely. Hold. Let it go through the mouth with some noise. And hold. 2, 3, 4. And in through the mouth. 2, 3, 4. And hold. 2, 3, 4. And out through the mouth. 2, 3, 4. And hold. 2, 3, 4. And in. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. And let it all go. 2, 3, 4. And last hold. 2, 3, 4. Now let that breath come back in and out through the nose. Nice and steady. Move, relax, and feel the shift you just brought about your body. If you have some nervous energy, some excitement, that's okay. Lean into that. Let the breath fill you. Let the breath go. Bring it in, let it out through the mouth, and we're going to pick that pace up just a little bit. So in. And if you feel the need to move, to adjust, let that energy build within your body, but listen to those impulses you have within. We're not turning away from anything. We're facing this. If you feel yourself being anxious or stressed, dive into it. Add a little more to be a little more relaxed. And before I pass it off, I'm going to show you what I mean. So let's pick that breath up real quick. In and out through the mouth, in and out. We're going to take 5 more. We're going to inhale. We're going to squeeze our whole body. And then we're just going to let all of that tension go in one big dump. 4, 3, 2, 1. Everybody fully in. Hold it at the top and squeeze. Tighten the toes, tighten the fists, tighten the nose. Let it all go with some noise. And Chris, my friend, you are up.
Everybody, take a normal breath in through the nose. And just let that breath go. One more breath in through the nose. And hum or let that breath go. Last one in through the nose. To wherever it goes. And let that breath go. Find neutral. In fact, we're going to find neutral together. So take one more normal breath in. And this time, let that breath out and force that breath out all the way. Tense that diaphragm. Push all the air out that you possibly can. Now I just want you to let go. That's neutral. From the bottom. Now I want you to take one deep breath in. Slow, deep breath in. Extend that inhale. Expand that belly, that chest. Move your shoulders a little bit. Just expand yourself. Let's take a sniff in. Hold at the top. Now relax those arms. Feel that breath inside your body. Don't let go yet. And in 3, 2, we're going to hum it out. Hum that breath out. And wherever that breath stops, you're not pushing anything out, just wherever that is. Now we're at neutral once more. So now what I want you to do is just hang at neutral. And let your thoughts flow for a moment. And whenever you feel a medium to strong air hunger, I want you to breathe in through the nose first and just allow your body to breathe you. Close your eyes. And let that breath just take you in. And whenever that breath turns into an exhale, just let it turn into an exhale. What I want you to do is let go of control. Put your mind back a step. And just let your awareness watch as your body breathes you. Every time at the bottom, just take a pause and wait for that air hunger to breathe you in again. Let your curiosity come. Let a sense of adventure breathe you in. Let each breath be a new breath, and let that be all that there is. Let that inhale take you on an adventure, not knowing where or when the top of the breath is going to come. And whenever you reach that top of the breath, let it turn and flow back out as an exhale to wherever the bottom is. See how much you can enjoy that inhale. See if you can relish each moment of each inhale. And see how much you can let go and how much you can relax on each exhale. Let any thoughts of breathing flow by. And luxuriate in each breath. Luxuriate in letting go that you don't know when you're going to breathe or how big your breath is going to be, how small it's going to be. It doesn't matter. Just let it be. Let each breath come, let each breath go. Let go of each moment and allow yourself to be. With no control, no holding. Let your mind take a break, let your mind take a rest, and just let it follow your body. We'll take 3 more breaths. However they come to you. Then I want you to just pause one more time. Everybody take a normal breath in to wherever it goes and let that breath out. And just pause at neutral. I'm going to count, and then everybody together in a moment will take a breath in. 5, 4, 3, 2. Now take a long, full, deep, relaxed breath in. All the way to the top. Catch that breath. Relax your body around the breath and hold. Relax your neck, your face, your shoulders. Let go of any tension and just feel anything that comes up for you in that hold. And in 3, 2, 1, everyone together, let that breath go.
It's beautiful.
Thanks, everybody.
We got to do this more often, guys.
Agreed.
I got to say, I got to say to those of you guys who watch this channel, like, I only bring the best on the channel. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. This is really good. I don't think it could have gotten better if we planned it, guys. And we certainly have yet to do that.
think it's better because we let it go with how we feel and what there is in the
Exactly.
space to bring.
And I think that's part of the art of it, right? It was the art of collaboration, and just the beauty of the moment.
Do you see Eric's post in the chat?
Eric, thanks a lot, guys. Really enjoyable. Like, the diversity helps me understand to make the breath work my own. Yes.
That is perfect.
Yep, that's what
Thank
it's all
you,
about
brother.
right there.
Yes.
By the way, Chuck, during the hold on your part, I don't know if it's the fast that I'm on or whatever, but I achieved escape velocity. It took a moment for me to come back to the moment. It's like, oh yeah, I'm on a live stream with people, and that's what the noise of the voices is that I'm hearing right now. I literally achieved escape velocity.
I gotta say, I'm on like a stool right now, and I was like, oh no, Chuck, you bet. No, I was like, I'm kind of putting my hands down, kind of just bracing a little bit. It was so good. I loved the combination of timed breathing and then rapid with the breath hold at the top. That was a nice combination there.
It's one of my favorite ways to dive into stress and anxiety.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times, like, I can't calm myself down when I'm really pissed off. That seems to be my theme on Pulmonaut Collective, is if you're freaking angry,
yeah,
or I just dive into it. So by adding more stress, by adding a little bit more to it, and this won't work for everybody, I super load that stress and anxiety onto myself, and by squeezing and leaning into it and letting it all go, at the end of it, I'm just like, yeah, okay.
It's intentional, man. You're like, you're washing it out intentionally by bringing in a healthier, larger stressor.
Yeah,
I think that's my
goal.
Like, you're like reprogramming it and like hitting reset, or like taking one of those etch a sketches and just like shaking it.
Yeah,
and that sounds like Chuck.
A bit. But the Bastrika breathing, like that
nice.
keyed me off. I was like, oh, I like this.
That really activated. That was really good. I got to say, Chris, finding a neutral lung from the negative I thought that was really a nice way to do it, especially when it fell into your practice there. That really was like, oh man, that was, I was like, oh man, that was nice. That was nice.
One of the other ways to do that is if you breathe out all the way, plug your nose.
Try and breathe.
Pull that diaphragm in. So when you're out all the way, you plug your nose and you straighten up, let your stomach be pulled in, and then just let it go. It just goes right back to neutral, and you find it from the bottom in a really powerful way.
Yeah. And, and when it comes to actually Kablabati and the Bastrika, like the from the belly style, that's generally how I find the neutral lung, is just because you want to start with that neutral lung and just, and oftentimes it's just like, okay, let's press it all out. And then whatever falls out is whatever falls out. But that was, I really like that. And the breath hold with relaxing around a breath hold, because that, it's enveloping a stressful, attention. It's this interesting, I love the juxtaposition between the tension within and the relaxation of all my muscles without.
Would that be your free diving technique coming through, Chris? A little bit, because they have to hold full lung and still swim and swim and be calm at depth. Is that if you like, people are like, oh, you can find calm in an ice bath, you can find calm anywhere. Well, if you can find calm 70 feet down when you need to breathe, you can find calm anywhere. Because if you freak out down there, you die a little. You freak out in an ice bath, you get cold and get out of an ice bath.
Right. Just a little.
You die just a little. They can bring you back. But they might need to bring you back. So
the relaxing around the breath part is just interoceptive focus. It's just, it's when I take a deep breath, I'm like, and then I just like either let it go right away or I tense into it. So what's the difference between that? If you have your arms up here and you just let go, what does it feel like?
Yeah. Yeah. And you literally will bring your awareness to that tension. But in a relaxed way. So I really enjoyed that part of your practice, man. That was great.
Appreciate that.
And guys, if you're watching, if you have any questions, we're going to hang out for just a little bit longer and just kind of, breath talk, shoot the breeze or the breathes.
I see what you did there with that pun.
I'm a word man. Now, what's interesting is, okay, so on the bottom of my screen, I know why it's dark where Rob is, because I'm a little bit less dark, but he's the furthest one out. I'm not sure why it's getting dark for you, Chuck. You're on the West Coast. It's only what, 5:30?
Yeah. It's getting dark because I forgot to plug in my little LED light and the battery was going down as the meeting went on. I just looked and was like, oh, I should plug it in. So
yeah, well, it's all good. It's all good.
There.
You can be.
I can have the sun set on me too, or I can have it rise.
Oh, dude. You
have
special powers.
It can be any time of day. Burn him, he's a witch.
So yeah, one of the things that we've been actually just kind of batting around is Pulmonaut Collective event or retreat. And I got to say, that is something that we have gotten to the point of batting around, just so everybody knows, but it is something that I think the four of us are serious about. So if you haven't signed up for our newsletters, of course, Chris will have a website very soon where you can sign up for his newsletter. Yes. If not, though, if you want to actually go over, we actually had a question a little bit earlier. Let me see about where they can find a lot of breathwork stuff. So I know for a fact that Chuck and Chris do live breathwork pretty regularly
every week.
And if you follow them on Instagram or on Facebook, you'll see a charming note saying, "Hey, would you like to come and do breath with us?" So you'll need to find them on Instagram. And so let's see here.
Easiest place to find all the links for both of our stuff is humanactivation.org.
Humanactivation.org. I'm just going to type that in. Human.
And then, of course, Chuck's website as well.
My website is ivbw.com. It stands for Iced Viking Breathworks.
Iced Viking Breathworks.
Yeah.
.com.
Slightly easier to type in.
It is. That's a lot of letters.
It is. I got a 4-letter website rather than icedvikingbreathworks.com because
wait a minute. IVB
W.
Viking Breathworks.
W. But okay, I was like IVB. Okay, I'm gonna type that in.
Got it.
And
IVBW. There you go.
Oh man. So hey, Sai. Now, Sai, are you in Japan still? I believe this is Sai, who is living in Japan. He says, "Thanks, everyone. Found the end of Chuck's session quite disorienting."
That's the point.
Didn't know where I was for a few seconds. Chris' session was good contrast to end with. Yeah, a lot of great contrast within this session. So that worked out really well.
Guys, this is why it's so much fun to do this with you all, because we get to take people like on a literal journey each time and just bring something new to the table every time. And even if we do the exact same type of breath work the next time, it'll still be different.
Yeah. I love it.
As we said before, this now is a different one. The world is always changing. That's the only constant in the universe that we can pinpoint is change. And so adaptability is the most profound skill that we can cultivate in the world, in life.
Yeah. It takes time, and it's cultivate is the right word. You're not going to be adaptable overnight.
Yeah. And cultivate is an active word, right? It's one that it's not something that's going to happen to you. You have to be in charge, right? And actually, to quote Chuck McGee, who is quoted in books, major
and publications
by I hear Wim say this now, that you are the pilot, you're not the passenger. right? And that's an active role. That's not, I'm just going to sit here and wait for it to happen to me. It means we have to take our responsibility, really. You know, we take responsibility for our actions, but we also take responsibility for our state, which is going to determine how we feel and how the world feels and looks, and how we behave, and how we treat everybody else. One of the things on this channel, I always tell everybody at the end to go out there and be kind to one another. I used to say be nice, but then later on, somebody reached out to me with some word nerd stuff, which I love word nerd stuff. And so the connotation of nice versus kind, nice can, you know, nice guys finish last and all this stuff. But kind, the root word is the same as is from the Germanic roots as kin, like family, right? So if you're being kind to others, you're treating them like, hey, we're all one big family, and that's what we are. You know, I mean, this right here, 4 people across different states, different time zones, literally like on the other side, you know, time zones. I'm adapting. I was 9 days in Pacific Standard, and then I'm adapting back to Eastern, and I'm like, all right, let's do this, you know. But the thing is, and everybody watching, you know, and everybody, you know, who's genuinely, you know, trying to take responsibility for your own state, for your own emotions, your own actions, you know, that's something that, and don't underestimate the impact that has on the rest of the world around you. When you work on yourself, man, you can really make it. That's the only person really that you can change, right? You can't go changing other people, but you know what? You can work on yourself.
I mean, if you want to change the world, start with you. You're part of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then
right there.
Because as much as I want my friends to do this, some of them are just like, no, that's crazy. And that'll drive you nuts. But I can work on the fact that, hey, at least I tried.
It all starts with us. It all starts, you know, from your own individual perspective, right? And I forget who said it, but if you change yourself, at least, you know, there's one less scoundrel in the world, you know? And I love that because, you know, and that is a big change. That's, you know, that's huge.
And the big thing is I've seen so many people with, you know, the right heart, the right idea, just going out there and wanting to change the world, and they are throwing themselves at the world. They are 18 hours a day. They're like on the streets doing the thing. And they're completely drained because they're not first and foremost cultivating and taking care of the self. And guess what? Even though you're putting so much energy in and you care so much, those 18 hours that you're putting in a day, every day, is actually a weak effort compared to what you'd be capable of if you instead took the time to change and work on and heal and cultivate and grow yourself. And then the energy, it's almost like you keep yourself full so that you have a lot of overflow. And that overflow then is the juiciest kind because it's coming from you in your full place. And then you share that with the world, and every ounce of that is worth pounds and pounds and pounds of drained effort. And that's really one of the most important principles that we can learn, especially for those who have a heart and a desire for service. They want to be a force of good. They want to, you know, inspire others and exact change on the planet. Well, the most efficient way to do that is to change yourself and to be aware of your own energy and the way that you hold yourself, what you bring, maintaining your energy levels so that you are in that state of excellence every day. And in that place, you will have the greatest net benefit on the people around you every time.
Alan Spring has a nice comment here. He says, when I was nice, they ran over me. So I'm kind and I run them over with love. And hey, I like Alan. That. I like that. Here, Alan, of course, yeah, me Alan's a friend of the channel, and Rob and I, he's come out. He's a friend of Mandala Springs, and so it's nice to see you on here, Alan. Sai says, my 9-year-old son thinks I'm crazy for breathing like a psycho. That sounds like, yeah. I think we've all been described as that.
Psychos breathe slow, low, and calm. You could all benefit from that style of sociopathic breath work.
If that's what psychos breathe like, I guess.
If your 9-year-old doesn't think you're slightly crazy, then
that's normal.
Yes, maybe ask yourself if you're doing it right.
Yes.
That is true. Oh my gosh. So anyway, guys, I just want to thank everybody for being here. And again, to everybody that's been watching tonight, please like, subscribe, and follow these fine breath workers, this troop. You know what we ought to do is actually we're gonna have to do some more collaborations and events and all sorts of cool stuff. So we'll talk about that later on. But guys, I just want to thank everybody for being here. Thanks everybody for watching. Like, subscribe, follow these guys, and don't forget to go out there and be kind to one another.